This keeps getting better.
I was wrong about Maul Shadow Lord and Captain Lawson. Let's get into it. I'm Brandon and welcome back to Screen Wars. For the last 4 episodes on this channel, I've been beating the same drum. This show has a screen time problem. Too many side characters having too much screen time. Taking a show named after a legendary character and making about side characters we didn't really ask for.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And look, the screen time data still is what it is. It says what it says. In episode 5 and 6, I think we really turned a corner. And we had the first time that I was actually interested in the character and I wanted to know more about it. So maybe I owe Brander Lawson an apology. When the show first started, I saw a human cop character taking screen time away from Maul. And from my past Disney trauma,
like a panther. Yes, go, stop, go.
Shows titled about one character and then making them about a different character, and just Hollywood in general, taking IPs that everybody knows and loves and turning them into things that nobody likes. The character Lawson really turned a corner in episode 5, and they kept building on it in episode 6. And although I still have a few nitpicks with the show, which we'll get into later in the video, like I said in my previous videos, I think the show just keeps getting better and better every episode, which is amazing. So let's get into episode 5 and breaking down each episode. Now I want to start off with my nitpicks so far. Episode 1 and 2 could have been one episode. Episode 3 and 4 could have been one episode. It just seems like the first episode is directly setting up the next episode. Props to Disney for releasing 2 at a time, because I think fans would be a lot more disappointed if it was 1 per week. Episode 5 is a lot of, like I said, a lot of setting up for episode 6. The Empire comes in and really locks down the planet. We meet Lieutenant Blake, the mid-level Imperial, and he comes in and basically shuts down the entire police station. Chief Kleist takes the fall for Lawson, and we probably won't see her in the show again. Lawson then gets dumped in front of a hologram of Maul, and now he's face to face with the first brother himself, getting exactly what he wanted to avoid in the first place. And Lawson doesn't break. He just sits across from a Sith-trained killer who almost just certainly killed his boss, and he held the line. And I really love how this show portrays the first brother. He's like Star Wars Michael Myers, always there, always lurking. Just when you don't expect him most, he's showing up. Meanwhile, Devon and Master Dake are trying to get out of the city. Devon is tired. She's been running for over a year. She's looking at Dake and saying, "Is this what the rest of my life is going to be? Running and hiding?" Maul's voice is in her head, and Dake knows it. And the reason that it's getting through to her, because Dake sounds almost exactly like Maul when he tries to justify their survival. We do what we must to survive. We also then find out that most of the Mandalorians that are backing Maul are just there for the credits. Now, unlike the Clone Wars, when Maul conquered Mandalore, he had a ton of Mandalorians that were die-hard loyal to Maul. Now, Rook Kast is probably the only one that he has left, maybe showing his want and need for a new apprentice. I really like how the show is making Devon see the flaw in the Jedi way and really making her feel conflicted, which you can really see this all the way throughout episode 5. Devon and Dake are trying to hide and escape and get on a train to get out of the city. They're eventually halted and asked for ID. Dake uses the classic Jedi mind trick. It only works for a quick second before they are spotted and they're forced to escape. The next time we see them, they're in Lawson's house. And this part was pretty funny to me because if Master Dake knew that Lawson had a son and he still went to his house knowing the danger anyway. Either that he just didn't care about Lawson at all, is just worried about him escaping and surviving, or the situation is that bad where he has to put innocent people in danger in order to survive. And just another thing to make Devon question her master. Like I said before, episode 5 was a direct setup for episode 6, and episode 6, you get the full payout. My favorite episode so far, titled Night of the Hunted. We open with Maul doing saber kata with his eyes closed, and this is exactly what I wanted to see the whole time. I would take 25 minutes of him doing that and I would watch it. Maul is then interrupted by Rook Kast saying that we should probably leave this planet. And she senses that he's only staying because of Devon. And while that might be true, Maul feels like he is being guided by the Force for a purpose. We cut back to Lawson, Dake, Devon, and Riley all talking in Lawson's home. A red lightsaber busts through the door and Marrok kicks through the door. And this is some of the best animation I've ever seen, and especially in Star Wars. Every time the team escapes one threat, then the next. Every lightsaber swing is swung with a purpose. The camera work is awesome. The lighting is amazing, taking this already great animation style to the next level. And just like that, you just see Lawson's entire cop life completely disappear right in front of his eyes. They are forced to run and escape. Devon, Lawson, and Riley all go up to the roof while Dake stays to fight Marrok. Devon then hijacks an LAT gunship, the same gunships in the Clone Wars. She hijacks one and they are able to escape. Rena Saul's casino is where the group eventually goes. And I liked some of these scenes where you were able to find out a little bit more about Lawson's backstory, and their plan completely backfires in 30 seconds and they're forced to run again. Now, the fight between Marrok and Devon was awesome. You got to see Devon hold her own, all while us, the viewers, know that she was outmatched. She is forced to jump on the train to follow Riley. Marrok, of course, follows. Riley warns Devon and they're back at it again. And this is what the whole series has been building towards. Maul and Devon on the same side of the fight. And Maul has planned every second of it. He knew where she was the entire time. He let her engage Marrok, and as soon as she was feeling overwhelmed, that's when he stepped in to save her. The lesson Maul wants Devon to learn is that I'm not the enemy, this is your enemy. I find myself saying this every episode. This was the best lightsaber battle that we've seen. 2 red double-bladed lightsabers going at it for the first time. You can even hear the Anakin vs. Obi-Wan theme bleeding through the score. The fight choreography is Nick Gillard prequel era style, and I'm all for it. And like I said earlier, it really felt like every swing of the saber had intention. It had purpose, and sometimes in Star Wars, it feels like that's not always the case. My only critique is that I wish it was longer. Maul is also clearly holding back on the first brother. I think if he wanted to, he would be able to kill him in 3.2 seconds. This is exactly what George Lucas had planned for the sequel trilogy, and it's finally coming to fruition. Now on to the biggest part of episode 6, the cliffhanger ending. Marrok returns to a Star Destroyer. He kneels in front of a hologram and says, "My lord." And most people online are saying this has to be Vader, but in my opinion, it kind of looks like he's wearing a hood. The hologram, it looks like a hood, half of a hood. So it has to be the Emperor. I think that it's going to be the Emperor. The Emperor is inevitably going to call in Vader. People are saying the first brother wouldn't be contacting the Emperor himself. With the Empire being so new and him being the first Sith Inquisitor, I do see how this could be the Emperor. Now, unless Marrok is looking at maybe the knee of Vader, like Vader's sitting on his throne, I could see that being an option, but to me, I feel like this is going to be Palpatine. Palpatine is either going to send in more Inquisitors, and then eventually, maybe not even this season, maybe in season 2, send in Vader, but most people are saying that this has to be Vader. And the season 2 being already confirmed is what complicates things. The Vader fight with Maul is going to be the end of the show, and it's going to be the end of Maul until we pick back up with him in Rebels. I think this season Vader might not even make an appearance at all. This is the first time I've been genuinely excited about a Star Wars show in such a long time. I also think this show has to win some awards for its animation. It is one of the most beautiful shows I've ever watched. Drop your thoughts and theories in the comments down below. Who do you think is on the other end of that hologram? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching this far in the video. If you did, drop a like. Consider subscribing to the channel because we have a lot more videos coming your way. But until then, I'm Brandon, this is Screen Wars, and we'll see you in the next one.